Here we go, aka Patters. Yeah, last night ran into that wall, working on some design work, getting it done. Still not completely out of the gate with some of this design work, but this is going to be a good break. Um, Focusing on a work from home day, finally. We got two street sharks. We got Dr. Piranha previously, and we have Streex. STR, right? EEX or EXX. Because I'm being pink, a fantastic colors, but we're just going to just add some like additional details when I include his teeth here, and we're going to try and get some of the textures on his tongue to look a little bit more real and full. Well, let's just say we gotta have we have to have everything cranked up just so we can hear any messages. Let's see here. All right. Rocking and rolling. But anyone popping in this morning, thank you for coming by. I do apologize. I also wanted to work out twice yesterday and could not get to it. Look at that. So this dude, let's just look him up. He is mostly blue. He's like sky blue and pink, and I absolutely love that. We also have to take a quick picture to post. We're just doing some morning work here, guys. 8:30, a little bit late too. Quick Google search: street sharks tracks. There we go. His name is Streex. There he is. There he is. Right here. That's what we're working on. Now, I pretty much failed at the idea of his nose, his nozzle, his nozzle. We're right here too. Just a little bit of insight. We're erasing some of the focal point, just so we can identify what's happening a little bit easier. And we play with these colors, like we try and make them as full as possible. So we do undertones. We go essentially when you color, you gotta think over, under, inside, outside, because everything's kind of like a sphere. Now be mindful, I may get a work call. I may have to go mute, may have to go silent. That happens, I apologize in advance. Here we go. We went a little forceful with the purple, just really because I wanted the opportunity to show off the colorway here. And you kind of sometimes it's, you may have one time to draw something, like realistically. And if you try and draw as much as I try and draw when it comes to the day-to-day stuff, you target to get more bang for your buck. Because like that, it might be it. That this might be the only time I get to draw a street shark. Unless something else comes up, right? Let's just figure out some of these blues. And we will, as always, take this for as long as we can. Meaning, there we go. So he's got like a under color too, which is like way lighter, like very much more of a sky blue. So we may play with some of that. We just got a lot of options here. Just as of, we got to deal with different shades of blue. We may make this guy a little bit more dark. We'll see. But what a great way to start the day. Just pick up and draw. Pick up and draw. I kind of almost just want to ditch it and keep everything the same shade of blue just because I feel like it would work better. Yeah, just like sometimes you just get those instincts. You just say like, "The hell with it. This is the way." So let's do a little bit of I had a good way out. And I don't know where the heck that went. Where did that go? Yeah, where did that? Well, we'll just pull it anyway. This is almost this Prismacolor is almost like a straight up charcoal. Really, it really felt like you could blend it there. That's our boy. That's who we have. Look at that. Go back in there, touch it up with some. So we just want to like just add to some of the lines that got lost there real quick. Because again, keep in mind, we are layering. We're layering a lot, so we will lose some of our line integrity. And that's important. We're going to take a little bit of a break and throw in some of our red because let's keep in mind this dude is a shark. So let's make it bloody. A little bit of blood. Oh, what's up, Empyrean? Dude, look at that Frankenstein. I love it. What's the okay? You gotta tell me what's the story behind Frankenstein. Yeah, we're just working on Street Sharks. Kind of. Are we not surprised, or are we not shocked that Street Sharks hasn't had like a full on revival at this point, considering even what like Super 7 brought back Toxic Avenger. That was like a huge figure for them. Very odd, just very odd that no one has targeted Street Sharks yet. Yeah, we got what new biker Mike, the biker mice from Mars coming in. I don't know I don't know who did those. I want to say maybe it was Super 7 again. But then we got what a crowdfunder for SWAT Cats. Crowdfunder for SWAT Cats to bring that back as an animation. It's just insane. But for me, if I could bring back 2 series from this time, it would be Street Sharks and Exo Squad, because Exo Squad had the best story of anything, and that includes 90s X-Men. And I don't know, I think people pumped the stock too much for 90s X-Men. They really do. I don't know why. Yeah, dude. You know what though too? I think Super 7 too, they're doing the old Remco ones. And there was like something like a pink mummy. Like they had these wild colors for him. And I just was like, I need one of these. Like if I see those like while I'm out and about, I will get one faux show. Yeah, Super 7 is they're such a like interesting company, because I know people get frustrated with them for their like the pre-orders, right? Like the pre-orders take a little bit too long. But they really do like good stuff. I think some of their like the bigger things, like did they do the Thunder Tank? The Thunder Tank is just something that needs to go. Like I think that stuff destroys the hobby. And again, I always hear unpopular opinion. I think there's something to building like a collector line for sure. Like there's something to that. But it's almost like they're kind of encroaching on NECA's space. Well, I just feel like toy companies should produce toy figures. Toy companies should try and produce the next big thing. Because otherwise it's like, what are you contributing to? Like, you know, like what's the conversation there? We're adding a little bit of like lava. The blood here just looks like lava. All right, so we're going to do traditionally art direction wise, right? We're talking art direction here. We do, yeah, we kind of do a flesh tone coming from the eyes, and we will do flesh tone coming from the mouth. So we're going to try and make it fleshy enough, even though we're using the same exact color as our pink stripes. And that's the reason why I picked this guy, because I just thought color wise he was the most interesting of the Street Sharks. See, like that pink just works so well. And we'll keep it brown this time. To again, like we're fighting for relevancy here. Yeah, the Inhumanoids was, I guess when it comes to that thread, right? What's the pair for Inhumanoids? Spiral Zone. Yeah, the Glyos, great, great sci-fi figures. Yeah, see, like that's what I mean. Like how is that? I thought there was regulations against the the amount of time you could pre-order something like out. I thought there was regulations for that. Like, are they just underneath the radar? Am I misinformed or misunderstood? It just seems a little goofy to me, right? Like, why? How? Because you pre-order because you don't miss it, but then they're going to manufacture and release regardless. So, what's the conversation there? Like, are we pre-ordering to do a mass release? Because that's kind of what happens, and I don't pre-order anything. Like, I'm not a part of that crowd. So I again, like, I don't participate in it. I'm not saying I don't understand it, but it's I guess it's a little bit like pre-ordering like a movie ticket, like like pre-order Quantumania so you don't miss out on opening night. And I guess that's relevant until people just don't care. Like, no one cares about pre-ordering a Marvel movie now. I'm not even sure what's the next. I mean, I don't think people care about pre-ordering Fast and Furious. I think people just they're a little bit spoiled now when it comes to going to the theater. But I don't know. Like, the toy industry just a lot of it just seems odd to me. It does. It's just like I think there's just something cool, and it goes to like the same as like a comic shop, right? Like, you go into a comic shop. Part of the fun is not knowing what's there. I think that's a little bit of the mental model for the consumer. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, look, see, like we're doing, and I kind of messed up the snout, but if I wasn't aggressive on the nose, like here, and if I push the nose like more this way, we would get less mouth. So you get to the point sometimes where just the idea of what you're illustrating, like, what exactly is it? Like, what are we doing here? What are we trying to achieve? And I kind of just, like, my goal was to kind of get something more mature, a little bit bloody, like more detailed out of the gate. Like, like, let's start there. Like, let's have that as a starting point. Yeah, and I even feel like getting to one of my most recent videos, like the Frank Miller stuff, all the Frank Miller hubbub. It's insanity to me, because like how do you not take a similar position? Like, how do you not say, um, like, that this is the general direction of how something bigger could look. Oh, cool. Yeah, see, like, I don't understand that, because, like, you know what they do? They keep your money in the float, right? And credit card companies have regulations against that. So, like, how's a pre-order anything different than a hold on your card? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But dude, you know what I was looking at though, and I didn't realize that they did them. Like the Mego, like they redid the original DC figures with the boxes. And dude, I always wanted a Joker one, like a original Mego Joker in the box. like halfway decent shape. And I was just randomly looking those up because even like, look, the original, like original anything from that time is going to be money. Like, you know, like anything high grade that old is going to cost you. But they are like affordable. But I was kind of doing like a deep dive search, and dude, I think they had like a Black Adam one too, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I just like the villains. You guys know I like the villains. Here we go. All right. See, and we're getting just enough of that blue to come through. So let's get into, we'll hit it with some of the real dark blue here. And the idea is to shape it. Like we're going to sculpt it. Here we go. See, and that's where the line work kind of just holds your hand a little bit. It guides you just enough so you get those pops. You get those pops, and then it's like everyone can see what's happening. And that's what happens in your brain. Like your brain says, oh, like, you know, like here we go. And then we will have blood in the mouth. You know, we'll make this guy like the most frightening street shark ever put to illustration. So, and then we'll come in with a little bit different of a blue here, because we do kind of want to show off his, you know, like that there's like blood vessels underneath, that there's movement, like there's fat, there's muscle, there's like all of these elements. Like we want to show off those elements. Kind of just give the idea that there's something underneath here, like underneath the flesh. Yeah, and I think that's when it comes to monster creation, I think that's what all the greats do. Like someone like Stan Winston or Rick Baker, who like, how many Oscars has Rick Baker won? He's won like 20 Oscars. Not 20, maybe 8 or 9. I could be wrong. Maybe it is 20. But it's like they have a way of visualizing like a real nice baseline for their creations. You know, like they'll be like Harryhausen talks about that too, where when they discuss like what's happening underneath the movement. Yeah, and then what we'll do here, see, we'll go blue here. Sometimes you just want to lay down the colors quick just so you can kind of, like, as you're seeing it. Yeah, dude. Street Sharks is. I was watching like all the episodes. Someone has them all available, and I think Tubi also may have them. Like, don't hold me to Tubi, but Tubi's great. Tubi. That's the app that the Murdochs, right? The Fox essentially made with their Disney Plus money when they sold to Walt Disney. And they're like now rolling in like this superior advertising model, and probably money wise, proportionally doing better than Disney Plus at this point. Even though I don't think Disney Plus has a problem. People act like the sky's falling because they lost 4 million subscribers, and it's like they're holding well over 100 million subscribers. They're going to you're going to lose people like moving on. And that's where like the goal just becomes better content, better ideas, just so you can retain customers. And that's what all the apps are going to go through. Yeah, the nature of some of these the streaming app business seems to confound a lot of individuals, and I don't understand why, because it's a very simple, it's way simpler than the TV model or the movie theater model. Way simpler, way easier to follow. Yeah, Harryhausen. I remember I used to have a stack of photocopies. There was back in the day, when I used to spend all my time in like local libraries, like a real dork. There was like one, I don't know if it was a Ray Harryhausen book, but it might have been like a early special effects day book, and they had some of his charcoal drawings, and you could see how much of a visual storyteller he was to and I think that's to be expected, and because when you're animating, you have to put yourself into that world. To be rules. For faux show. But you have to put yourself in the world of what you're animating, what you have to visualize in your brain. It's insane, and you have to be accurate, and you have to be good about it. And I just feel like you would be able to draw, you would be able to highly render something, because that's what you're thinking, that's what your mindset is. All right, so we lost a little bit here, so I gotta bring in some blue here. Yeah, I mean, I think I also feel like anyone that illustrates can animate. I don't think there's much of a protective layer there. I also feel like anyone that illustrates can be a interior designer or an architect, just because the way you can pre-visualize something. The shortcuts you have in your brain that can kind of go from idea to final. It gets shorted. It gets very short when you practice that. But now, give me 1 second, because now I need to look up that Harryhausen book. Is that Harryhausen book expensive? Let's look it up. Son of a gun! I know it's going to be. I know it's going to be up there. Okay. Ray Harryhausen book. Yeah, I mean, we have Titan of Cinema, Harryhausen, The Lost Movies. That seems cool. Harryhausen, An Animated Life. Essentially, the art of here it is, the art of Ray Harryhausen, 260 new. Paperback 200. How much is it used? 73. 73 used. You can get as low as 60 right now on Amazon. Wow. Yeah, I remember when this came out. Like that's a book right there. Yeah, it's look, some books, like I track a lot of books too, because like if you follow my feed, uh like I love books. I'm so into books. I think building a library and maintaining it is one of the best things you can do just as a person. Yeah, I think like you can do two things in life that I think will put you right into heaven. And it's maintaining, like getting a good library, being good with those books, meaning like you curate the library, you somewhat have a catalog, you show it off, you share it, you don't lend anything out, right? That's the rule, because friends will act like they'll read something and they never will, and then it becomes awkward asking for it back, so it just gets lost. But no, it's and taking care of yourself, going to the gym, getting good with supplements, knowing how to make your life more comfortable, and that doesn't mean like you're not going to have ailments and genetic issues and things that creep up as you go on. But I just feel like like that is like that gets shit into heaven. Yeah, let it be let it be crazy expensive. That's what I say, because like let there be a barrier, let there be you know what too, I wanted this to be a little bit red. I'm all for like a barrier to entry when it comes to books, because I think people should know that a book is valuable. There you go. See, it's like I want it to look almost like a claw or something just went like right into his like kisser. Yeah, and then like, has there been any books from Phil Tippett? I think it's Tubi too. Tubi has a fantastic documentary on him too. Um, and I think that same documentary echoes on Amazon Prime. But Tibbet too is amazing when he just talks about things, and he's just one of those guys that spent like so much time alone, like being a special effects guy. Spent so many years working on projects. He just like talks, and given I think a lot of those guys, I think like someone like Chris Claremont is guilty of it, but they're long-winded, purposely, through ego, and it just comes off wrong. But some guys are just like, I would say like Rick Ross and Phil Tippett are long-winded in a way that they're trying to give you like some insight. Like they're trying to educate you a little bit, and they think they're trying to better things. Like they're trying to give you shortcuts type stuff. And that's valuable. That's valuable. He fought a Ninja Turtle. Right, yeah. Got like a nunchuck right to the nose. And I thought I had different colored backgrounds for these. Because like the ones that are the non-turtles, get like the biker mice from Mars all had red backgrounds. I don't know what color I'm doing for these guys. There we go. The dude is coming alive. Here we go. So some of it too is when the rendering is there, the subtlety becomes way easier. And when I got back into doing these, because there was a little bit of a real like gap in just me having time, not making time, but having time. Because last year was such a brutal run when it comes to the nine to five, and there was just a lot of things that we just had to handle, and everything kind of we were like in a loop where everything just took time, and we were dependent on other people also, which is not really like our method. Um, we like to be very independent when it comes to a IT sense, just so we can maintain control and quality. But it took me so long to kind of get back into a rhythm of just seeing how to do these. Like I just feel like I went on a run where like I wasted a few of them. And that sticks with you because like you do spend a lot of time working on things. Like like the mental energy that goes into some of this stuff. People take for granted. Which is weird. It really is. No, you can't. And when it comes to like illustration, uh, like you look at it in two ways. It's like wasted time, right? Like you get upset, but then it's you need time to learn, right? Like what's the overlap? Like that's the frustrating part, because you feel like you don't have time to learn. Like you feel like things have to be perfect, like all the time, and like it affects you. Like it gets to you. Sorry, just looking for this spectral color right here. So let's think about some of this. Let's think about some of this. Right, we're gonna have the blood coming up. So we're creating a bit of a problem. And the problem is going to be what exactly is happening with the color of the tongue, Some of the details for the teeth, the inside of the mouth. Right? I mean, it's just, now it's getting, just from a direction standpoint, it's getting confusing. Right? So do we go more purple? That's the, I think that's the solution. So let's just start with this guy, because that's my most local purple. All right, give me 1 second. We have to hit, I got to refuel some of the coffee. Be right back. All right, and we're back. Cheers, cheers, cheers. We got an iced coffee right now. So we were about to jump into purple. Let's get into it. Yeah, I feel like we can do purple with red and kind of get away. And then here, see what we can do here is, we can do like a stringy, like it's stringy, but there's blood in the string, kind of like the blood's inside the mucus. See, like that that sells it a little bit more. This is why we take breaks, people. The 2-second break can give you enough ideas. Enough ideas to get you through it. There you go. And then, like, we're going to hit that with the white out just to get just to get enough out of it. Yeah, and speaking, also too, there's also you got me thinking about that art of Harryhausen. There's also like an art of James Cameron. that equally looks fascinating. Yeah, like again too, like that's why I like doing stuff with books because uh there's so many that I research. The first thing I do is I try and go to like YouTube, um, and get what the get someone reviewing the book, and I would just get like endless stuff, like nothing, like donut, like just get endless donuts, and that kind of also like inspired me a little bit to be a little bit more diligent just with the book conversations, or at least whipping out books while I'm on stream and stuff like that. So let me see, how does this one look? Like the idea too here again, because everything's a story. uh we're really trying to make the mouth look like a cavern, like it's endless, and that's really the idea of a shark's mouth. Like, it's not supposed to be for kids, it's supposed to be scary. Like, right. Like, it makes you think. It really, when we do predators as children's toys, it makes you, like, it's what's the message? And you could easily say, well, that's just, you're being frivolous, you're making no sense there. It's like, I don't know, I think I am. Yeah, see, and some of these whites, like this white here, this Prismacolor white is phenomenal because it just grabs and pulls. So let's get into, we need to, I don't want to use the light. I guess I'll use this is the one from Target. This is my Target red. Let's just go in here like real light. I kind of have a feeling we're going to have to do some back and forth here. Like, clearly do some back and forth to get a little bit more distance inside this mouth. But we're still using the original line work. We're using the original line work as our base, as our guide. Right here. Yeah, it's just not quite there. It's not quite there, sorry. Let's get back to this. So, but my original idea when I drew the tongue was to, again, go more like purple and dark here to like more like red and pink. So like I kind of wanted to draw, like the tongue was going to kind of roll. There we go. Like a little darker here, lighter in the middle. That's the recipe. Maybe. Let's hope. I said this before, but originally I didn't blend these as much as I do now. Like my original blending for these was like fast. It was I would do one like under an hour. And now it's like an hour. I need an hour plus easily. But that's a little bit of the process too. Like you want like you kind of want the idea to evolve enough to become something. And that's really like the dream of when you come, like anything you come up with, like you want it to get a life of its own while you're working on it. And that's also the pure challenge of it all. The absolute challenge. Is, will it become something different? Will it become something meaningful? There we go. All right. I don't know. It's like you look at it and you're just like, no. It's like just not there. All right. Different shade of pink here, way lighter. Let's get into it. Let's blend this sucker. Right here. See, I like this. I like kind of where it bleeds a little. That's a little bit what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, because like sharks are not clean creatures. They shouldn't like be clean. Oh. La la la. Let's go here. Yeah, and this, to me, this is the most delicate part here. To get this right. Here we go. And we're just going to do some like light purple, like coming up. Just enough. Some purple like between the pimples or the rivets of the tongue. Yeah, right. It is. I just saw that. It is like Dracula for kids. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like a shark's mouth should be the most terrifying thing on planet Earth. Like it really should be. You know, like I don't know. Like do aquatic creatures smell? Like what? Like would a shark have a scent? I don't even know that. And I'm pretty good with shark knowledge. You know, like I was there when Shark Week became relevant, when it actually became a ratings gold mine. So, like I may want some like a lighter like something here. Yeah, I thought, I thought about it. You know, like some of it is like you'll get some buyers for like like for a little bit, but then like maintaining it, like you're always like, for example, like let's say Street Sharks, like here, like I put this up, this sells, or I do like a comic book lid and I make it Deadpool, and Deadpool sells. It's almost like that's all I have to do, because then I might be like, oh, maybe somebody wants a Colossus or like a Nightcrawler, or like a Pit or something. Like, oh, like people seem to be into Spawn. Let me do like a Spawn one. Dude, and then what happens is those don't sell. And it's like you're kind of in that loop where whatever sells, just you have to constantly repeat it. You have to constantly attack it, do it. And I don't know. I felt like this would be like one or two things. Like I could build up a series, list the series on my website, and then like just have it available for like whoever. And then at that point, like move on to something else. But like if you notice, I do a lot of sketchbook challenges, and the sketchbook challenges really came from the idea of like creating a sketchbook and selling like a whole completed sketchbook. Like that's really where that came from. And that turned into me just constantly working on sketchbooks and seeking out sketchbook challenges, like almost like obsessively. But that's like, I think that's a part of illustration too, is giving yourself a series. Like you have to give yourself like a way to work. You have to open up that avenue, and you won't get that by working on assignments and these other things. I think younger illustrators think about, like because like you always say like, oh, like I learn to draw cars when someone hires me to draw a car. It's like, well, I'm like, you may never get that, and your goal as an illustrator should always be like, how do you become a better illustrator? Like it should never be about the assignments. Like never trust an illustrator that is about the assignments. Trust illustrators that are dedicated to illustration. And unless you're paying amazingly well, the hell with your silly deadline. Like we're all better off when people do better work. So if you're someone out there that is inclined to be like a publisher, like your role is to publish something people want to read, not just to publish something to serve your ego. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Dude, like that's like the whole idea. But again, too, like the mouth for a shark is like an ecosystem of its own. And that's like the most fascinating thing about sharks. So usually I've been doing like yellow teeth just because yellow pops, like yellow kind of stands out. But previously for right here for Jaguar, right, I did like a green because he was too yellow and I had to like make a call. So, but that worked. But let's just get into this. And then we'll do like some of our awesome, like our nice red, because we gotta complement the mouth with some of these like blood stains and things. We're using some of the cardboard here. This entire time too, I should be in the freaking gym. We're cutting into my morning gym time right now. I wanted to go twice yesterday so bad, and my body just like it really shut. I mean, yesterday we did 2 videos. We did a podcast. We set this drawing up, did some design work. Worked a full day. Did I work out twice yesterday? No, I worked out once. But it's stuff like that, and sometimes things just add up. Sorry, just got a 9 to 5 text. So let me just get through some of this, and I may have to go into the office. Yeah, and we're just trying to like a hint of red, because I guess like the idea too is like from the opening and the closing of the mouth, I will. I'm sorry. From the opening and closing of the mouth kind of like cleans itself. Like so it does kind of like like things get wiped and kind of sterilized. It in a way. We're not even close to where like the whites are. See, like a lot of the whites would be like here. See, like right there. And it's just like, that's why I leave those gaps. And again, too, like another benefit of working within the series is you work on something long enough. 1 second, guys. I kind of want to, for the Biker Mice from Mars guy, the Plutonian, I forget his name, but for him, I kind of did this experiment because his fish texture was kind of like, just gave the opportunity to kind of somewhat demonstrate the way how light would like move around him, like just as like an object. And like when it comes to these guys and like the scales, I really do have the same impulse to attempt that again. Because it's just so striking. Oh, thank you, bud. Thank you. Rye, when are we going to get your book in order? Let's do it. We can do it together because I'm behind on my own book. Yeah, I get like, should I like, I don't like how much is this worth? Like, how much would someone pay for this? Like, that's the big question. No wrong answer. Nah, no way, dude. Not even worth it. Like, no joke. I would I was thinking more like 350. Like, there is no way I would like, it's almost like I could just kind of do a get shitty consulting fees and make like 4 times that. And that's me like underselling the consulting. Now, value your work. Like, like that's a little bit of the idea. Like, it takes years to learn some of this stuff. And there's a true value to it. And dare I say, only a few people in the world can do it. I think social media spoils us to the availability to some of these people, or how regular some of the like the talent pools are, which is true. Like, like it does make talent more available, but in no way, like I think if these were in, if I debate on doing these in the gallery in Philly, and gallery wise, I was going to put them at around 500. See, like some of those random like highlights there, just to kind of sell the idea that we're dealing with a scaled creature. Yeah, maybe, right? Once it's on the internet, nothing is priceless. But yeah, so we got like somewhat. I'm somewhat happy with this. I still need more work on that tongue though. But here we go. Got it to a point. All right, AKA Patters, gotta go. Yeah, gotta hit the 9 to 5. Got a text message. Hopefully, I'll be back on later tonight.